Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's day 27. Yay! Today is part 2 of enzymes. I could go to 10 parts, but hey, that's what due diligence is. Look it up yourself and work it out. For example, are you too skinny? Some people weigh less than they want to weigh because the pancreas has been exhausted by a lifetime of no exogenous food. Now that means, exogenous means from outside the body. So you eat loads of food, you're underweight. The solution is an underweight individual not to eat more, but to digest the food better. If pancreatic exhaustion is a problem, digestive enzyme supplementation is a solution and will produce a better digestion and dramatic weight gain. Fasting and enzymes. It's long been known by practitioners of fasting how it can be restored by this ancient practice. Now that's water fasting. No food consumed, only pure water. It lets your body avoid the necessity of producing enzymes for digestion. The precursors for the enzymes can then be used for metabolic enzyme production. Same is true in juice fasting, only freshly prepared veggies, and sometimes a smaller quantity of fresh prepared fruit juice to be consumed along with pure water. Now pure water is not tap water, unless you're lucky enough to have an RO water filter. Distilled water is the cleanest you're going to get. In fact, distilled water is the best. It tastes flat, but it's pure, and your body uses it. And if you get a bit ill, this juice fast will help. The immune system is given what it needs to correct illnesses, enzymes, and thus a supply of enzyme precursors. That you may be in a healing crisis or detox stage, which is uncomfortable to go through, and I can vouch for that, but leads to a new level of vital health. Right, for arthritis, treating and avoiding disease in the 40s. The guy in Manchester, Dr. Arnold Renshaw, that's Manchester, England, suspected rheumatoid arthritis to be a digestive disease, and that was in the 40s. Now 2017, 2018, and they're only just starting to believe what they knew. Now all the people there died on the observations of the autopsy of the small intestine of people who had rheumatoid arthritis at the time of death. He found the small intestine to be consistently atrophied. That means it's dead. Anyhow, he prepared an enzyme preparation for oral administration to prove his hypothesis. He tested it, and he found rheumatoid arthritis patients improved dramatically in just over one half of 556 patients. Another 219 improved to a lesser extent. Now he probably just needed tweaking, and then he could got more into it. He also discovered that the pain of osteoarthritis could be helped with enzyme therapy. It varies in time from 2 months to 2 years, so persistence is key to this type of treatment. Similar results can be done with raw diets. Might be a long time away for results, but for most people it's worth waiting and easier to confront, knowing that this type of therapy benefits the rest of the body as well. They also worked on enzymes to help cancer, and they can be cured using only raw foods. The explanation is pretty clear. The immune system is powered up by a surge of enzyme precursors available when exogenous food is added to the diet. Now, exogenous means that's grown properly, not being killed off with fertilisers and everything took out of it. And we're talking now the 40s. This is a long time ago, and now they're saying they don't know what they're doing. I spoke to one geezer, he's in cancer research. I said, well, in order to change the outcome, why don't you just change the terrain? It's basically what enzyme treatment does. I never heard from him again. Enzymes and allergies. Explanation is that digestion is proceeding badly due to poor enzyme and or stomach acid production. That gets food going down to the lower intestine relatively undigested. Now the normal flora there get uprooted and took over with fairly bad bacteria that actually digest. It's called dysbiosis and malabsorption. The body forms antibodies to foods and bacterial breakdown products in the lower guts. These antibodies also attack as if to neutralise normal tissue of the body, such as joint and skin tissue. Arthritis and skin disease are only two examples. Lipase. As you grow older, you produce less lipase, so it decreases, as lipase is a function of aging. But it's not, it's a function of diet. Doesn't matter how old you are, if you've got the precursors and you're taking the right foods, that's not being dead or killed off in processing, then age has nothing to do with it. Anyhow, fat's not disagreeable to the body. There are plenty of antioxidants on board. It's rather what's in the fat. Herbicides, pesticides, synthetic hormones, antibiotics, etc. All fed to cattle to increase production. It may also be that it's not in the fat. Lipase is not in the fat if the fat is heated to 118 degrees for only a few minutes. A rational approach to vascular disease is to load up on lipase with each meal containing fat, because it'll work better. If you can't bear to eat raw meat, have no access to raw dairy, buy some enzyme powder from your friendly health food store. Now, I'd rate a private small chain store rather than a massive multinational. For example, Holland and Barrett. Although some stuff of theirs is okay, they put fillers in it and stuff to make things run smoothly, magnesium stearate, and that's in charcoal. So what goes in to the rest, I can't see the small print anymore. I've got to use a magnifying glass, so I don't go to Holland and Barrett. I go to somebody that I know has got a shop and they've been there for years and it runs in a family. Anyway, get some from the food store, health food store, and take it. Now, don't unbalance your food intake in any direction, including excess fat. Right. Now we've got a lot of sucrose, lactase and maltase deficiency. People who have malabsorption syndrome and cellulose deficiency also have a tendency towards sugar, lactose, sucrose or maltose, and or gluten intolerance. Sucrose, lactose and maltose are three common sugars which some people cannot tolerate. They're broken down and absorbed into the system by three enzymes: sucrase, lactase and maltase. Now, sucrose intolerant people can't split to sucrose disaccharides into twin partners. That's 2 units of glucose. Glucose is a primary brain food, so expect mental emotional problems in people who can't get glucose into the brain. Now, I don't mean stick a needle in your ear, just use your common and eat it. Lactose intolerant have classic symptoms including abdominal cramps, diarrhea, other allergic symptoms including asthma have been witnessed from the injection of lactose containing products. Maltose. Intolerant people are generally sensitive to environmental conditions. An intolerance to sucrose, lactose or maltose may be worsened by a deficiency in sucrose, maltose or lactose. As I said before, I'll upload this stuff to the website and then you can go check out all the links and stuff like that as a starting point for what you're going to do. Now we'll go to protease deficiency. I've probably done this already. Let's check. Now, protease deficiency results in an alkaline excess in the blood. Now that might tell you something. If you're too alkaline, you're going to get some problems. So if you've got all these alkaline things for your water, I'd think twice about using them, because you're going to become alkaline and acid don't mix. The two are opposites and each cancels each out. A lipase deficiency. Anyhow, back to amylase deficiency. I'll go to the next one. That digests carbohydrates along with the dead white blood cells. You can know it as pus. Right, lipase deficiency. Lipase digests fat and fat-soluble vitamins. Now, if you're deficient, you can be expected to have a tendency towards high cholesterol, high triglycerides, difficulty losing weight and diabetes. Now, it doesn't say which one. I reckon at the start it'd be 2. It could even be to start at 1, because there's a lot of stuff going on about diabetes and how incurable it is. A cellulase deficiency. Now the body can't break cellulase, that doesn't make cellulase. It breaks down the fibre in your diet because your body does not produce cellulase. This food enzyme is essential. It's got to be eaten on a daily basis. It's a bit like vitamin C. Your body don't make it, but it needs it. So you take it. Now this enzyme deficiency carries with the most categories of problems. The symptoms are malabsorption syndrome, that's impaired absorption of nutrients, vitamins, minerals, etc. from the diet by the linear of small intestine. Malabsorption has many symptoms including abdominal gas pain, bloating, problems associated with the pancreas. Now your pancreas is essential. Once your pancreas is done, you're done. And if you can't make the precursors for the enzymes, once that stops, you stop. So think more about enzymes and do a bit more research into them. Anyhow, that's it for today, 27. I shall see you tomorrow. Have a good evening.